welcome back. In today's session, we'll learn about type hints in Python. So we have been ignoring all these types in the recent videos. So we'll be finally learning about it. So let's get started. So basically what are type hints in Python? So let's say we have this method greet and we have this name and we are say str and we have a star, right? So here it means that this function greet, it takes an argument of name which will be of type string and it will return type string. So when we have this arrow and this str, it means this the return type of this function and this is the type of the argument. Okay. Type hints was introduced in Python 3.5 from Python version 3.5. So up until now, we could have sent anything in our Python function or the return type, so we cannot define those things. So it's very difficult to know exactly the return type of the input type of that function. But having this, it doesn't really change Python core principle. So Python is still dynamically typed language. So here, let's say print, let's say greet, and let's say learn with Pratap. So if I run this code, you see we have this hello learn with Pratap, so it's still the same, right? So but now if I see greet, you can see here we have the return type of string, right? So this way, other developers who are working on your code base also would understand like what exactly this function takes. Okay, so let's have another function. So we have this function headline. This headline, it takes two arguments. It takes one is the text and the other is a line. So if you can see from here, text is of type string and a line is of type true, right? So how can we give the type here? And also if we see it's returning some string, right? How can we see that? So we can add types by saying colon in the type. So the type of this text is string. So as we'll do str. And what is the type of this align? So the type of this align is basically bool, right? So you can say bool and the default value. Since this function returns a string, so we can say like we can define the return type by saying this dash and this arrow, right? And then we can say str. So this way we understand what exactly this function does. It takes a string and a boolean and it returns us a string. So now if I say print headline, learn with Pratap, print headline, learn with Pratap and false. So we have default argument as true. So you see now it is very easy to understand like what exactly this headline does, right? It takes two arguments, one of type string, one of type boolean, and it returns us a string. So this is a type hinting. So here is a style which pep8 recommends. So we should use normal rule for colon, that is no space before and one space after the colon. You can see we don't have any space here before the colon, but after the colon we have one space. And then we need a space around the default argument. Like let's say we have this and this, right? So we have spaces. You can see use spaces around the equal to sign when combining an argument annotation with an default value. So we have here space and then we have here space. Use space around the arrow defining headline str. So here we are having this space around this arrow. So these are the styles which are recommended by pep8. So far we have learned about type hints in Python. We learned when it was introduced. It was introduced in Python 3.5. We learned how we can convert the existing function by having the type hint. And we learned the benefits of type hint. And also we learned about the styles which is recommended by pep8. So hope to see you in the future section. Bye-bye.